Metro City, a well-known crime capital, has been ruled by violence and death for many years, a fact which the newly elected mayor and former street fighter Mike Haggar plans to change. At the center of the problem is the huge gang known as Mad Gear. Mad Gear controls all of the major criminal activity in the city. When they learned of Mike Haggar's plans, they took immediate action to bring this new mayor under their control. Sometime in the 1990s. Hello, Mike Haggar here. Mr. Haggar, so pleased to make your acquaintance. I believe you know who I am. Don't hang up. I have a little business proposition for you. Fedora for your cooperation. We'll throw in the regular monthly bonus to your salary we offered before. What? What happened to Jessica? Who is this? Not so fast, Mike. Turn on your TV. Son of a... What have you done to her? Nothing yet, but we'd enjoy the opportunity. Listen to reason, man. Why make your job difficult? Just let us do as we please like the mayor before you did. Guy, Jessica was kidnapped. Jessica? My sweetheart since childhood. Mad Gears must pay. She's my friend too. Count me in.
Well, hello everyone, and welcome to Arcade Action, and today we are playing Final Fight. So, as you just saw, now it's going into a track mode. I picked Final Fight to play because not only did I really enjoy playing it in the arcades, it was actually the first video game that I had purchased for my Super Nintendo. In fact, I can still remember the day I bought my Super Nintendo, and it came with Super Mario World, and I specifically picked out Final Fight because I enjoyed playing it in the arcades so much that I wanted to have it on Super Nintendo. So right now we're seeing the three characters we can play in Final Fight, those being Guy, Cody, and Haggar. Now, I think I have this set up properly, but you know how it can be with dip switches and stuff? But it looks like we have it set to free play. As you can see, Final Fight is an action game, and it was made by Capcom, I think in 89. So let's see, do I have to, and I do have a handful of quarters here in case I need them. Just put those off to the side. Now, let's see. Now, of course, we have to start with Haggar, because Haggar is my favorite. Haggar is the pro wrestling mayor of Metro City. And I'm glad that it takes quarters instead of tokens, because I hated games that took tokens. Now Haggar, being a pro wrestler, has a very strong style of fighting, especially in graphic. In fact, he actually, I think, has the most grab moves out of all the characters. Being suplexes, pile drivers, and so forth. I think he also does headbutts. Let's see if I can grab one of these guys. Yep. And his special attack is the spin clothesline, which he may or may not have taken from Zangief, or Zangief may have taken from him. Now we smash open these trash cans, these crates, these phone booths, and we can find little items in them. Most of them are just for bonus points, but some of them are weapons. And right there is Haggar's iconic pipe. And I think actually some characters can use different weapons differently. Like Cody and Guy will use the knives differently than say Haggar. Even though we are playing the arcade version of Final Fight, I'm more familiar with the Super Nintendo version for good reason. So there are going to be things that are different as we go around. There's a katana. Or in this game we call it a Muramasa. And here's our first boss. Damn. but I know him better as Thrasher. Because that was the name he had in the Super Nintendo version of the game. He was also the character we saw in the opening who threatened Mike Haggar and his daughter. This guy jumps around a lot, and when he gets tired of getting beat up on, he's going to jump over there on that subway post, and he's going to whistle to get some of his friends to come and help. See, there he is doing it again. Oh, alright. That's one life. But damned is down. Someone in the stream is screaming, "Hey, it's Poison!" Actually, no, that was Roxy, I think is her name. There's Poison. And you may be asking, what's the difference? And I'll tell you, the difference is the color purple. Like I said, some of the items we'll find in the trash cans and stuff are just extra points. But food like that will restore our health. And that is Andor Jr. over there, who is another pro wrestling enemy, who is based very much on Andre the Giant. We'll see Andor a couple of times. Yes. Now, one of the tricks I was always told, I don't know how truthful this bears out, is when possible, approach enemies from the diagonal. Don't go straight on at them. It also makes it good for catching. You just gotta get close enough. Haggar's down. Now Haggar has 9 seconds before he gets blown up. If I wasn't quick enough, he'd blow up and get killed. But we were fast enough. And I think Guy is going to jump in. And you see, Guy fights a little differently. His grabs are also different. Let's see if we can get him on board. Fields and knees, and I think he'll also do a shoulder throw. His special move is that dragon kick, not the dragon kick, hurricane kick right there. Yep. Now, unfortunately, he doesn't have any pile drivers or anything like that. In fact, I think Haggar is the only one that can jump for enemies. Oof, poor guy already got killed. Ow. Oh, let me go. Well, things didn't work out too well for him, did they? Now it's Cody's turn. Actually, Cody and Guy fight fairly similar, especially with their grabs. show you. There's his version of a hurricane kick. Getting a beating. That's the idea, knife butchering. Oh, we're off the train. Now we're on the train tracks. Those enemies just tried to kick that barrel under me. I always thought that was a really cool fire effect right there. Okay, it's boss fight time. That is Soda, or as I know him better, is as Katana, because once again, in the Super Nintendo version of the game, he had a different name. He fights with those two swords until you knock him out of his hand. Then you see he charges you like that every time you knock him down, and then he goes to get his swords back. What? Hey, we were in a wrestling ring, right? Let's get the pro wrestler in here. Get back on my map, you jerk. Alright, bonus stage. Probably one of the more iconic bonus stages in the video game world. We get to smash the bejesus out of this car. And you want to use the pipe, because otherwise you're probably not going to get enough damage to it. And when you see those yellow hit sparks, those are what you want to look for. If you're doing yellow hit sparks, you're still damaging the car. If you see blue hit sparks, you're not. So why did Mike Haggar just beat the bejesus out of a perfectly good car?
Oh my god!
Because it's one of the Mad Gear's cars. Now we are on round 3 or stage 3. More pipe. Condor, you jerk, was using that. The idea is to use your special attack when you get surrounded, like I keep getting surrounded. But I'm not always good at pulling it off fast enough. I'm not sure if there's a difference between using the pipe and the katana, but I was always under the impression that it was better off for Haggar to use the pipe over the sword. Alright guy, it's your turn to shine again. There we go. push our way into the bar. Now there's El Gato, which means the Gato. You. Now it's Hondo and Wongdu. Two big guys we don't need beating us up. Careful, Andor will do that. He'll just jump up in the air and just slam on you like that. Usually after he throws you. Alright, but we're done with that. Or so we thought. We're back in the wrestling ring. And now we're fighting G Andor and F Andor. I don't know what the G and F stand for, but the guy's been beat up, so it's time to send in Cody. Maybe Francis Andor? Giuseppe Andor? Jerk. Poor Cody. Well, like I said, if you're in a wrestling ring, you might as well send a wrestler. Yeah, you're right though. These were not easy games. But you know, the more you played at it, the better you got. And the idea was kind of to drain quarters out of you as fast as they could. But hey, we were having a good time. It was fun to grab a pipe and beat the Jesus out of all these punks. And they were great looking games too. And there's our next boss fight, Eddie E, the Crooked Cop. He's beating on me with his nightstick and his handgun. So, it's a little gross, but hey, if you need the extra health, you can actually go and eat the gum that he just spit on the floor. Now Eddie E is getting low on energy, which means he's now going to take out his gun and start taking shots at me. Now if you're careful, you can approach him in between shots. Don't let the other enemies fight you. You really want to take out Eddie. Okay, we are now in the industrial area. And I don't think this level was in the Super Nintendo version of the game. Probably just memory space problems. Keep walking into the fire. Ooh, another thing, the Super Nintendo version, depending on which version you had, you either played Mike and Cody or Mike and Guy. Alright, where are the rest of the enemies? Thankfully, the fire here will hurt them. But it will also hurt you. Smash some barrels. Restore our health. And boy, go. Walked right into that. Alright, Guy, thank you for your work. Get Cody in here. See if these guys can last more than like a scream. In some console versions of the game, Poison, Roxy, and so forth, they don't show up. They've been replaced altogether. Because, you know, they didn't like, you know, big muscly men beating up on women. Alright, elevator stage. It means we just go up. And you see that guy throwing grenades at us? Well, that's our boss. And he does not appear in the Super Nintendo version, which is why I almost forget about him all the time. Uh-oh, poor Cody. That's alright. Just tag in Mike. We've made it to the top, and it is boss fight time. That is Relento. Relento is another acrobatic enemy. And on top of that, he fights with grenades. As long as you keep moving, you should be alright. There's lots of weapons around here to use. Alright, Guy, your turn to shine. Not even being able to get to beat a boss. if it's actually possible to catch his grenades. I don't think so. He is quick. You gotta give him that. There we go. Oh, get off and just fight me. Sure. Walked right into that grenade. Walking into most of the grenades, really. He blew himself up. Alright, bonus stage. This one I hardly ever play, so I don't know the best way to deal with it. But jump kicks seem to work pretty good. We missed two of them. But now we're in the Bay Area. Now this area does appear in the Super Nintendo version of the game. But I honestly don't have very many memories of it. Probably because I hardly ever got to it. We're also taking on big groups of enemies. Alright, guy. You take a breather. Let Cody do some work. Troublemakers. Four of them. Four of these big jerks. Good dog. Oh. Once wasn't enough, huh? There we go, necklace, set player. We'll hand them gemstones. Oranges and chicken. Everything you need to take on the criminal elements of Metro City. Well, now not only do we have Andor Jr., we have the senior Andor. kid go? Really hoping I can hit that drum can. Alright, Mike. Counting on you. May have been the wrong thing. Poor Mike's already knocked out. Pile driving left and right. Suplexes for days. Man, I miss wrestling sometimes. Well, Mike's out. Guy's in. There's that dog again. Alright, got any more? Guess so. Sexy is a very popular bit of graffiti. Toss these plugs around. Well, that was close. We're going to be seeing a lot more of that. Slash, you jerk. Really beat you up. Now, you may have missed it, but I actually punched that knife out of the air. Some of the projectiles like that you can actually hit out of the air. Not it's easy to do, but hey, you can pull it off. Alright, Cody, counting on you. No, I probably should have held on to that chicken for a little bit. We are getting close to the boss of this round. Finish beating these goons up. I won't use up the food so quickly. Yeah, see, having the weapon makes it a lot easier. You still gotta be careful. It's easy to lose these weapons, and if you start getting, you know, a little too aggressive, you might end up leaving yourself more vulnerable. And apparently Metro City is in Manhattan, in New York, because there's a Statue of Liberty. And look, there's our boss, Abigail. Abigail is more or less Andor. Except he's wearing the Ultimate Warrior's face paint. And Abigail I probably forget even more so than Rolento. Because at least Rolento would end up showing up in more games. I don't think Abigail appeared anywhere other than Winter. I wouldn't exactly call him memorable. Alright, back to my main man, Mike. Oh, that was a mistake. Come on, Mike, you almost got him. Down he goes. Okay, the Bay Area is all cleaned up. All that's left is to go uptown. Well, Mike, I didn't last long. That's okay. You take a break. Come on. Oh, perfectly good barrels I could have broken. Could have had chicken, diamonds, and pipes. Now be careful of these chandeliers. These chandeliers will fall on you. nice. Let's see if we can even clear this screen. Alright, going up. Straight to the penthouse. There's no turning back, you can tell by the music. Come on, dude. Of course, just come charging right at me. But hey, it works. Can't blame me. Alright, Mike, do your thing. That is suplex dudes. Lots and lots of suplexing dudes. Taking those Molotovs right out of the air. Too slow. Okay, we're getting close. Okay, be careful of chandelier. That's another thing I love about playing as Haggar. All his throws and stuff will just knock down groups of enemies. Now Cody and Guy's throws will do that too, I just have an easier time doing it without Haggar. And of course I love the pile driver. Ah, more barrels that I could have used. Do what you gotta do, guy. twice. Some balls. Alright. Anybody else? Yeah, more of these jerks with their knives. Alright, Cody, get in there. Oh, we got a few gems. The necklace. You can give it to Jessica when you finally rescue her. Not the boss yet, but we're getting close. Alright, bring back Mike. Yep. I'm being told to check behind the pillars because sometimes there's little bits of treasure hiding. Plenty of enemies hiding behind those pillars. It's gonna be hard to see them. Sucker punching me while I can't see. You missed. I'll take that, thank you. Okay, boss fight time, and there he is, Belger. This little jerk in the wheelchair has been behind everything. He's fighting with us with a crossbow. Well, guy, can you take out Belger? There you go, toss that jerk. Break his wheelchair. Make him hobble around. No, he gets around pretty well for a guy who uses a wheelchair. missed. Didn't miss that time, though. So, is it up to Cody to save the day? Looks like it. The ogre's really low on health. It's really hard with those bolts, too. Out he goes. I'm a sucker for stuff like that. I'm a sucker for villains falling to their death or falling into something to die. Oh, Father, I was so scared. I'm so glad to see they didn't hurt you. I'm so sorry, Jessica. I thought I'd lost you like I lost your mother. I'll never let anything bad happen to you again. I love you, Father. And Guy and Cody just kind of wander off to let Mike and his daughter have their little tender moment. So, there you go. That was Final Fight for the arcade systems. Now, I really like this game, although as you can see, I'm not terribly great at it, and it's not an easy game. Now, if you want to play it, you're in luck, because this game was a huge success, and got ported all over the place. We've mentioned the Super Nintendo version quite a few times. Cody! And Guy jumps away and beats you senseless. Where are you going? How can you just walk away now? I want to stay here with you, Jessica. But I can't. Not while evil still stalks the streets. Oh, Cody. The end. Oh, and what do you know? We can put our name in. Well, you know what? I was a big nerd, so I always put in Ace. Now, like I was saying, if you liked this game and you want to give it a shot, well, you're in luck. Because, like I said, this game was hugely successful. It was ported to all different systems. Not only was it on the Super Nintendo, like we had mentioned, a more complete version of it was also available on the Sega CD, where all three of the characters were there, all the stages were intact, and of course the music was higher quality. But the game, surprisingly, also made its way to like the Amiga and the Commodore. And you can also find it on the PlayStation 2. You can get copies of it on the Xbox Live, and the PlayStation Network, and even the Virtual Console. The game had two other sequels, Final Fight 2 and 3, which play a lot like this one, but have different characters in them. I think Mike Haggar is the only character that is consistent from each Final Fight game. There's even an NES version called Mighty Final Fight that you can give a shot. Actually, I played Mighty Final Fight. It's actually pretty fun. There's also a couple of other Final Fight games. There's another one that's sort of an action-adventure game called Streetwise, which I never played. And Final Fight also had a fighting game, like a Street Fighter style. And a lot of these characters, Guy, Cody, Haggar, show up in fighting games, like the Street Fighter series and the Capcom Versus series. But I think that's going to be it for this episode. I hope you enjoyed our look at Final Fight, and I will see you in more episodes of Arcade Action. Take care.